Hey, Lee from Hig Projects here, back with another ATV fix. This time we're working on a Honda Rancher 2005, and it is the TRX400FA. It has automatic and manual. The automatic hasn't worked in some time. I think this is the reason. And the manual just started kind of getting to where it doesn't even want to work. It gets stuck. Like you'll be going along and it'll be working, and then all of a sudden it can't detect what gear it's in. You can't shift. You turn it off, back on, wiggle wires, pray, whatever, and it doesn't come back. So, but we almost got stranded like twice out on the trail, but we've always kind of been able to get it back. And then I had these stupid little ways of, okay, push it forward when it's in gear and off, and I could kind of jiggle it, get the sensor jiggled and get it back going, but it's finally time to replace it. And for all I know, that's going to fix the automatic part and everything. So I already pulled off some screws here. There was one over here too, and this one. So you got to get this out of your way. On my other wheeler I just did this on, it was like buried up here, but on this one, it appears to be right here on the side. So we're gonna get that pulled out, and I've got another one sitting down at Rocky Mountain ATV here in Payson. Love living right next to Rocky Mountain ATV. So we'll get this feller off, and I'll show you guys what it looks like. Okay, well that sucked. Not sure if maybe I should just pop the plastic. Looks like there, and there. And I could have had that off. You saw me fighting with that sucker. It kind of sucked. But here it is. One thing I'm going to do is I'll just kind of keep this one. When I get the new one, I'm going to put the other one in the same position. So hopefully it goes on exactly the same that way. All right, well, now it's time to go to my beloved Rocky Mountain ATV and pick up a part. Let's do it. Here we are at Rocky Mountain ATV. I picked up a little friend. She's gonna come with me and help me open the box.
Yeah. So excited.
We better look up and make sure I got the code. Okay, Jenna. The code is 567326.
We have to click it.
And then pound.
Okay. I was like,
Let's
what?
see.
Oh, right there.
Hey! Look, it's a part. We did it. Good job, Jenna. Somebody's gonna shut it back in. We have got a match. I think we're good to go. We'll go try this out and see if it works. By the way, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I hope you might do that. We got a lot of stuff we do all the time. Work on ATVs. We snagged us some old gas pumps over there. Tractor. I keep talking about the tractor. We will eventually work on the tractor. But then I got videos where we put this shop lighting together, all of our electrical. Got to be careful with electrical. When electricians see a DIYer's work, they're not always nice. Learned that on Instagram. Anyway, subscribe, hang around. Hope you enjoy the channel. Now let's get back to it. Okay, I'm a little bit nervous here. As soon as I turn this key, I'm gonna know if it's fixed. Maybe. Come on. Oh, dang it. It doesn't say anything. Oh, no. Didn't work. I think I know what I did wrong, though. So let me go. We're going to have to take it off again. Oh, I got to get some easier tools. I'm not doing that Allen wrench again. I'll go take it off and we'll see if I can show you what I did wrong, so you don't. All right, well, I think I know how to do this. It's taken some research and some digging, but I'm gonna try and show you exactly what you gotta do. So I took that metal thing there off. It feels like this thing's loose, but it doesn't fall off, I don't think. So maybe it does if you pull hard enough, I don't know. I don't want to test it because I don't want that to come off. But I'm gonna take and wipe up there, because when it comes off, you got a nice little O-ring. I'm gonna wipe the back of this off too a little bit. Probably get some O-ring stuff, whatever you call that, gel or whatever. I'm gonna get that back on there and seal it up good. I'm gonna take this, and the big secret seems to be you got to preload it. I'm gonna actually put the bolts in off while that's off, and then you put this in, and you get these two at 9 and 3, like this. So when this, let me explain better. This thing is springy, so when you turn it, it springs. I guess it turns this way. You can kind of turn it and feel it spring. So what you got to do is you got to get that in place and then twist it on so it's preloaded. Which, let me get this back on. And for me it was hard to do with this thing in the way, so I just popped this whole metal thing off. So then we'll take it and we'll put it on and we'll twist it into place. We'll stick one of those bolts in, getting it down tight, and then we'll get the nasty one below on, which wouldn't be so nasty if I took off this plastic, but I'm lazy. So, and you rotate it into place, and then it's done. I've already set it down there, twisted, kind of mimicked what I'm going to do, twisted it, and I can definitely feel some springiness. And then there's like this whole procedure. We're going to see if that works, but it sounds like there's this whole procedure you got to go through on the ECM or whatever to get it to recalibrate and get out of loop mode and all that stuff. So okay, it's working just like I thought, and this is definitely what I did wrong. So I'm all done up there. I'm ready to go with the screwdriver here. We're going to take this on 9 and 3. Just kind of set it in place there over that thing. And we're going to take it and turn it. And see how that's springy? That's what you want. Better make sure that's still springy. Oh, I think I might have lost it. Oh, that thing does come off. Ooh, careful. Yeah, that was popping out there. Okay. Definitely springy there. Now the trick is getting that on there, getting it started before you lose it. Let's get that one on there a little tight just so it holds it. Okay, now I got to work that other one in, which, and just like that, it's 2 days later. I went through a ton of troubleshooting on Saturday and finally got this thing figured out. The issue I had is I had a second issue that complicated my first issue. So I couldn't get the whole thing to reset. I've shot like 4 or 5 different times of me trying to do it and they all failed. So that's just how it ends up. But I finally got it to work, and I want to walk you guys through it. The other issue I had after I finally got this to go through the initialization procedure for the shift sensor, position sensor, I had another issue flagging that was 4 blinks, which is throttle position sensor. And let's just give you the short version on this. It's right here, right there on the side of the carb. After fighting with it all day, going through that initialization sequence 100 times, and for no reason, I don't know why I did that, but I finally thought, well, it's the throttle position sensor. Why don't I just hold the throttle? Basically what would happen is I would turn it on, and it would just be flashing the bar. 4 blinks every time, no matter what. And this alone might save you a lot of time if this happens to be your issue, or unless you're just smarter than me and figured out faster. But so I thought, well, what if I hold the throttle just a little bit while I turn it on and see what happens then? And that, my friends, was the key to everything. So I held it, turned it on, and it was in neutral. And so I let off, boom, lost it. Okay, can I repeat it? Repeated it over and over and over. No matter what, I could get it to work as long as I was holding it just a little bit. So that's when I got thinking, well, maybe there's enough of it. Maybe you can do some adjusting on this. And then I remembered I had this thing all off and out. I had all this plastic off. It sucked. Here, this is the throttle position sensor, right where it plugs in. But I remembered when I screwed it in, you can see one of the screws like way down there, and another one on this side you can't really see. But when I had this off, I remembered they allowed for some twist in it. So there's some adjustment that can be done to the throttle position sensor. Mine, if I remember right, was kind of all the way to the left. So I was like, well, heck, if holding that down fixes me, maybe I just need to adjust my stupid sensor. So pulled all the plastic off again, then loosened those 2 bolts there, just gave it a twist to that side while I tightened them back up, and lo and behold, it worked. It was fixed. I went for rides. Automatic hadn't worked in years. It works. Like, everything's perfect on this thing. But now back to the actual video we're shooting here. And this is the first thing I've printed out for years, so I thought, well, if it's helpful, maybe I'll just print it out. So this is just some of the manual on how to retrieve codes, what a code is, blinky, 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 to erase. Then there's this whole initial setting, but I want to skip past that. Oh, maybe I didn't get it for you. Oh yeah, I did. And then here are the codes for how many times it's blinking at you. And mine, like I said, was 4. So it was TP sensor system, which all mine needed was a slight twist. So, heck, if that's your problem, try the slight twist. Maybe that'll do it. So back to this, I could not find anyone that showed how to do this very well. One guy, which I totally understand, was like, I'm not going to redo it. And then he just kind of walks you through what he did. And I was like, I totally get that. But I'm going to be a champ, so I'm going to do it. And you'll notice I have it here jacked up, because you actually have to put it in gear and run it through 5 gears. And this is the part where, if you don't need to do this, maybe skip forward 5 minutes. If you do, stick around. This is what you came for. Gosh, I don't know how to do this. I think so. What the book says, basically, it's like, hey, You can't, if you don't know what you got to do, you're going to be too slow. You can't like you can't read the manual as you're going through it, because things got to happen quick sometimes, like within seconds of when the blinkies start. So let's just walk through it real quick, and then I'll actually go through it on this wheeler against my better judgment. I'm paranoid of it being broke again, but everything should be working, so I should be fine to do it. Start the engine, let it idle for 30 seconds with the sub-transmission in neutral. Move the gear shift lever to the D position and check the gear position indicator shows D. By the way, if your throttle position sensor is off, that won't happen, and that's where I was running into an issue. Ride slowly forward for about 5 feet. So at this point it says in D, so it's assuming you're in auto. Make note of that. Move the gear shift lever back to the neutral position and make sure it shows neutral. Move the drive mode select switch to auto. Well, wait a second, we were already there, weren't we? Weren't we already there? This is where gets confusing. Move the drive mode select switch to auto, which it sort of was already. Turn the ignition switch on while pushing both the up and down buttons, so you're pushing each one of the gear shift buttons up and down while you turn the key on. I guess we can turn that off. Wait a moment and check that the end blinks. Immediately release both up and down shift switches, then push and release the shift switches in the order up, down, up. Back to your old Nintendo days. Up, down, up. And that's got to happen quick while that's blinking still. Up, down, up. So then it should go a constant dash. Then the gear motor starts doing junk. It's reading, taking readings, whatever. It's doing stuff. As soon as that starts doing stuff, you have to throttle all the way up and all the way back. If you don't do that, it won't work. And you only have a few seconds. Be quiet, Rocky. That's what number 9 is. When the throttle setting is complete, displays dashes to starts displaying an N. Raise the vehicle off the ground. What I have here. Remove wheels. I'm not doing that. If you want to do that for extra safety, go ahead. Make sure the gear shift lever is in the neutral position. The mode select is ESP. So back, we're flipping the switch back to electric shift. Check the end blinks at the gear position indicator. Immediately, turn on and off while holding both of these. Check that end blinks. No, where was it? I skipped something. Check that end blinks. Release both the up and down, then push up, up, down, down. Do not hold on to the switches. Then N, then it starts blinking N dash, N dash, N dash. If that does not happen, you didn't do it right, so you got to start over. Something's wrong. Maybe you weren't in the right mode, I don't know. Something's wrong. So that's got to be, if these don't happen, you're not working. Believe me, I know. Start the engine. So those are blinking back and forth to N dash, so that's good. That took me a while to get. Start the engine and move the gear shift lever to the drive position. So start it up, drive. Push the upshift 4 times. So you basically start going. You're in the air, so nothing's moving. Then you shift up to 5. And then 5 and dash are blink. Each gear alternates blinking with the gear number and then the dash. And once you get to 5, you slowly throttle up to 20 to 22 miles an hour. And then when the ESP ratio setting is complete, the gear position indicator changes from alternate blink of 5 and dash to a constant display of 5. That's what we're going to try and do. I'm going to try and get through all this with you guys watching. I'll try and say it, but I got to be fast, so I'll try and walk through it. Reduce the wheel speed slowly. Stop. Get everything stopped. Put your wheels back on. Take a test drive. So once that's done, you've set that gear position sensor. And holy crap, nobody is ever going to guess how to do that. If you don't have this manual, you are screwed. I was able to find it online, so it wasn't too bad. All right, I'll set you up and we'll see if we can get through this. Here goes nothing. Okay, I'm on it, even though it's jacked up, so let's get going through this. So we'll start. We need to start it and let it idle for 30 seconds. Okay, I'm going to say that's been about 30. So this is the first step where we have to ride slowly for about 5 feet and then just go back to neutral. So move to forward, it shows D. And then back to neutral. And then off. So we're through the first page. That one's not too bad. Okay. And if you miss any of these pieces, they're so easy to miss one little thing. Move the drive sensor switch to auto. So we're already on auto. Don't know why it says that. So now we got to do our little thing. Hold both of these. Then we have to go up, down, up, and then it's gonna start making some noise. And then I have to full throttle and back off the throttle. It's not running, so we'll push and hold these. Blinking, up, down, up. Move, stuff's moving, full throttle, release. Okay. That is, I think that's it. Okay, and then it wants me to remove wheels. Put it in neutral. Switch to ESP. Two-wheel drive. Maybe I'll try pressing a little slower. I don't know. Up, up, down, down. Oh, that's doing it. That's doing it. Okay, good. It's alternating blinking between neutral and dash. Maybe I was doing it before, I don't know. Okay, now we got to do the whole go up to 5th gear, 20 to 20 miles an hour, and wait for this, and this will stop blinking on 5. So we'll start it. Put it in drive. See how it's still blinking? Get going a little bit. Shift. It's blinking through each one. Okay, now we're to 5, so we've got to get into 20, 21. Boom. That's it. Ugh, I'm stoked. I might be the first human ever to record that because I couldn't find it anywhere. I'm just kidding. But anyway, you saw it work. It does work. It does do the thing. So now all you have to do is test drive the thing and make sure, I mean, at this point it should just work. Turn it on, you're in neutral. Put in drive, goes to a gear, reverse. Yeah, at this point it should just work. And this is the point where I finally got through one, and then my TPS sensor was not adjusted right. So I fought all day long. It sucked. But when I finally got it fixed, I felt like the man. I was the man. I became the man. Anyway, we better go test drive this and give Rocky a ride. We went for a ride yesterday. Ooh, he's like, ooh, something's happening. He said my name. We'll go give it a test drive and see how she does. Okay, let's dump this guy. I don't know what I did before my floor jack suffered, I guess. Ugh. Oh, I really need to get one of those fancy off-roady looking ones, because man, I swear they made the wheels suck on purpose. Okay, me and Rocky are gonna saddle up and go for a little ride. It's hot, but that's all right. And test drive success. Also, I think I got a new buddy for riding on the wheeler, because I got off to open the gate and he had to get back on just to come in here. He doesn't want to be left out. He's a funny dog. Good old Rocky. Anyway, if that helped you out, please like, subscribe, do all the things, hang around, let's do more crap. Remember, if I can do it, you can do it. Talk to you later.